then, welcome back boys and girls. It's been a while, I haven't streamed for a while, and today we're jumping into Archibald 4 with the mod Black Ice. As you can see here, we are in January 1938, and we are going to begin for Anschluss in 42 days. So I skipped the first 2 years of the game, and before we actually begin, I think I'm gonna jump around a bit and show you what I've done so far in this save game. This is fall 2025, this version now. There's an update with the reworked land doctrines. No, doctrines all over out in the works now for the vanilla version. So I don't know. I don't think there's been an update on the Black Ice mod for a couple of months. I'm playing on the current version. But is it 1.1.16? Oh, that's funny. I wouldn't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. It's the latest version of fall 2025. So let's start here. I know this playthrough. I'm doing nothing unhistorical. It's pretty hard to do this mod, anyways. What I'm focusing on though is more than industry. I'm almost at 400 for Anschluss. Right. Oh yeah. So that's pretty good. That's good. I built a couple of civilian factories, and then what I am focusing a bit on, well, is upgrading recruitment centers. That gives 10% more manpower in the province. My reasoning for this is that industries, you're going to get a lot from captured territories, so you can build military factories the entire game later on once you're in major war. So if you can struggle along with what equipment you have early war and even a bit into mid-war post Barbarossa, but then in the end of the game you're going to have a heavier production. So I'm not too worried about industry. I have these long-term civilian factories up to 238 now. I don't really know how many I built. I'm still building a few. I probably should stop that now because I know I am light on military factories. I haven't built any yet, pretty sure. I have 141. I'm pretty sure that's the starting number. These are the highest manpower provinces, obviously, if you want to upgrade. And by now I am gaining 2.87k recruitable per month. So a little bit more than what you might expect. It doesn't sound a lot, but it adds up. There will be a couple of divisions by the start of the war, and there will be a couple of losses during early and mid-war, and hopefully that's going to put me ahead and before I have to change the laws. Let's see what I did. This is a pretty old save, it's a couple of weeks old. I haven't played it for a while. See what I did with my advisors here. Goebbels is pretty. Daré is the monthly population guy, 10%. So here's another reason why I'm ahead. I went for Rudolf Hess apparently. Well, he's there. Goering, Krupp, and Goering, Canaris, of course, Himmler and Van Doren. I think I lowered my educational policy so that I gained a bit more. What is it? Okay, you gain 10% monthly population this way. You decrease your consumer goods, which has been another thing I've been focusing on. My secondary priority has been to have my consumer goods factors at around, is it 20-25%? I think I have that winter oil heating event going now, so it's a bit higher than it will be once spring gets there. So first population, then lower consumer goods. So this is the reason. I mean, research is nice, but it's not my main focus. Military factories is not my main focus. Not at this stage of the war. What am I doing with my spies? Decrypted Poland, now decrypting Norway. Maybe I have time to do France as well. I should probably go with France here, really, not Norway. And for upgrades here, I'm trying to keep my civilian assets, and so that when I do collaboration governments in France and Poland, which is what I do, I have a 50% chance to keep one of those civilian assets instead of having to make an admission to. I guess I got localist training centers here. That's probably what I've been doing here. Expanded operative management and localist training centers and the civilian department, and now efficient crew. That's what I've been doing there. Wait, how many? I haven't even upgraded these here. Right, so that's for spying. If you feel that there's something very much more important that you should do with your spies, early war in Black ISIS Germany, let me know in the comments. I would be interested. I haven't really read or seen anything that is super more efficient than this. You know, some people probably do collaboration government in Soviet Union already instead of maybe Poland. I don't even know if I'm gonna defeat them. I like to play historically. I'm not playing Black ISIS to win, like knock all USA and the USSR out of the war. If I survive beyond May 45, I consider that a win. So I'd like, I'm not gonna do sea level or anything crazy like that. So this is gonna give me better collaboration and more industry that way later on. For research, am I doing anything? I guess I'm doing atomic research for 1% the rest of the game here. That is it worth it? You tell me. I don't know. I mean, it's 1% research speed for the rest of the game. Let's see what my research. I'm not overly concerned with research speed at this 7%, so it's gonna give me another percent here. Yeah, I can't really remember this game. I think I'm doing a fairly conventional research. Wait, should I? Yeah. And if I'm not building I have an electronics. Wait, I don't even know if I have an electronics. I probably don't have built one. I can't remember. How do special experiment that? Oh yeah, I probably have built one since start. I need more breakthrough. But it seems I have I probably built the electronics and computer research facility. That's the one I think is worth building. Market. Wait, I am selling some machine and some old. Yeah, let's not bother with that. Should I sell? No. Okay. For trade, nothing specific here. However, for production, you're probably gonna say like, oh, what the hell are you doing? Because, let me see here first. I'm not building a lot of German small arms and uniforms. I am hoping to gain a lot from Czechoslovakia and Austria, and then later on Poland. It's not. I mean, it depends when and how you fight and when you conquer, and a little bit, I guess, pure luck. How much do they have time to mobilize, etc. But I'm building a couple of World War I field uniforms. When I say why, it's because they're a bit cheaper, and I can use it for Lend-Lease to gain army experience. What else am I doing crazy here? I am going wide with a few Mountaineer, Amphibious, and Paratrooper, one factory on each. Considering you have 141, I know you should meta and only build tanks. I know, but I'd like to play a bit historical with all the chrome and 10 on horse transports because I need infantry. I have 29 factories on trucks, light and heavy. Too much? I don't know. You probably should transfer some of these to mechanized later on. Oh, trains. Oh yeah, okay, so this is something I do. I build mountain artillery, which has, for me now, 45% reliability. Let's see if I probably have invested some arm experience to make them better. I have not yet. Fuck, I don't need, oh, it's because I'm waiting for the version 2, right? I haven't researched the second version yet. When is that? That is in 38. Why have I not? Okay, Why am I not doing this? Stupid. So I don't understand. Why did I go with the spotting plane instead of? Anyways, the reason I'm doing only mountain artillery, they're a little bit worse and a little bit more expensive. But if you check out, compare the light artillery, something like 12, 11, so it's not a major, but you have 55% reliability and only 40% here. In Russia later on, these 15%, that's gonna come down to a lot of attritional losses that I don't have to suffer. So, and since you can upgrade them a bit with army experience, make them even better, you know, I prefer to have more reliable and a little bit worse, more expensive. How much more expensive? 7.5 to 6.5. So a bit more expensive, a bit worse, but much more reliable. That's why I'm using these guys. Now you need to help me. I guess I sent to Spain. I sent 3 armored division this time around. I'll sometimes try out sending 3 infantry. They're all already level 21 experience. I am grinding Manstein. I think I grinded Guderian before, up to 5, 9. I guess he's a 4th start, right? So what? I got him to Spearhead Specialist. I guess this means you could have a bit larger Panzer divisions now, because my own combat width is -3%. So maybe I could have 26.5 instead of 25 or something. I'm not good enough with the game. I snagged this piece of advice up somewhere, and if your Field Marshal has this as well, I guess that's the one you can have 26.5 with on your divisions. Anyways, he's on Logistic Wizard now. It's great. Looking forward to him leading our panzers. And I guess I sent Cass to Spain. Not building any infantry. So, what do we have stockpile? Building a couple of heavy 88s. See, I've stockpiled horse transports, heavy transports. I've stockpiled mountain artillery. I'm behind on infantry equipment. I do have some garrison equipment. Of course, you start with machine guns and mortars, so that's not my fault. 2K trucks built up. 6K support. What I'm trying to do at this stage is build stuff and stockpile them that you will have to build the entire game, and I try to postpone building more advanced equipment to later when I have reached at higher levels or upgraded them or when I'm actually needing them. So I'm doing a bit of overproduction of stuff like the improved reconnaissance equipment here, sorry, and the support equipment. I don't need 12 factories on support, but there is a risk that my army will be too weak to actually defeat Poland if I play this way. In Black Ice, you can't really afford to mess around too much. So that's a lot of talking. Let's see what happens now. I'm afraid I'm missing somewhere. I think what I just need to do now is grind a couple of combats and milk experience in Spain, right? Okay. And I was thinking we should make you know what? Let that be the introduction. Anschluss, this is how I played, this is what happened. Now we're gonna start playing the next stream. I'm gonna make this a short one. I'll see you in part 2.